Hey, what's up? Welcome to another edition of Rants! And today we're going to be making a prediction video for Survivor Series 2014. And when I first hear of Survivor Series, I think of the show Survivor, the series of it. They're up to like Survivor 20. That's what we're talking about today, right?
Yeah.
The reality show.
We're talking about.
Imagine the four of us stranded on an island. Who would get booted out first?
No. Really?
Who would win the immunity challenge?
No.
I think I would.
I think I would.
So yeah, let's talk about the series of Survivor. So what's your insights on this season so far?
This season in Survivor Series has been very interesting. I think Team Authority might get kicked off the WWE island, but Team Cena, who knows what's going to happen
I
on
vote
that island.
I vote Cena out, actually, to be honest.
I vote them all out. Besides Dolph Ziggler.
Oh man. So anyways, I'm Jeff Probst. I mean Alex Gold.
He forgot his name.
And Jeff Probst is the host of Survivor. For those of you who didn't know, now you know. The more you know, the more you know. So,
was this the return of Bad Joke Alex?
Yes, it's
Bad Joke Alex. Speaking of, I hear we're having the return of Bad News Barrett. He's going to make an appearance.
Yes, on the pre-show, but only if you have the network for $9.99. But it's free for the month of November.
I can't afford free. They should be paying me.
They should pay me $9.99.
I'm just
I'm
kidding.
afraid I've got some bad news.
He turned British.
What's the
Well,
bad
actually,
news?
I am British technically.
Oh, okay.
My
So am I.
ancestors. I don't have an accent, but yeah,
That sucks.
my family
It
were
would have been more
Quakers.
funny if you had the accent.
What's the bad news you have?
Bad News Barrett's coming back. But that's not bad news. Actually, good news.
That's some
It
awesome
is.
good news.
Well, he's gonna go after Luke Harper, maybe, but that's bad news for him. But I like Luke Harper, so.
So, I'm Alex. I got my name right this time.
There you go.
What's your name?
I don't know. I forgot.
Randy Orton joke. Walls.
Did you get RKO'd too many times and
I
forgot
haven't.
your name?
Yeah. Amnesia,
Aw. No amnesia.
I'm Jessica. Hi.
I'm Mark.
I'm Timmy, aka Sweet Tea.
And before we get into the predictions, I just want to mention one thing. I'm wearing a Team Shane shirt. We went to this local indie promotion called World of Hurt. I had a blast. It was the first time I was ever at an indie show. And our friend Shane Alden, he's a great wrestler. He puts on a great show. And yeah, check them out, World of Hurt. I'll be posting a link to their Facebook page.
They also have YouTube videos. Watch them.
Yeah, check them out on YouTube as well.
Definitely check out Shane Alden versus Matt Hardy.
Yeah, and he also made his WWE debut a couple weeks ago, which was pretty awesome. We all went to SmackDown, which was a lot of fun as well. So check it out. It's good stuff.
Yeah, cheap pop, like Mick Foley would do.
Shameless plug.
Yeah, Shane's the man.
Yeah.
So, let's get right to it. Predictions. I predict that there will be winners and losers, and there will be matches.
Survivors.
No.
I will survive.
There's gonna be no winners. They're all gonna end on DQ. Every match.
That would
That's
be
what you get for
interesting.
paying free.
Because pretty much everybody's gonna think that this pay-per-view is gonna suck because it's free, but I don't think it will. I think.
I predict that Brock Lesnar will be there defending his title against everyone on the roster.
You wish. That's what everybody
Wouldn't
wishes.
be so lucky.
So, anyways, the real match. The first match, well, I don't know if it's going to be the first match, but this is one of the matches. It's a Divas Survivor Series match between most of the Divas on the roster. We got Emma, Naomi, Alicia Fox.
Oh, my God.
Notice
Natalia.
how he said that name.
He's got that attention.
Versus Paige, Cameron, Summer Rae, and Layla.
Uh-oh.
You got me by my knees. I think that's how that goes,
Well,
right?
I got you by the knee.
Isn't that song
Eric
Layla?
Clapton would be rolling in his grave right now.
Is he dead?
I can't read. Or, I mean, I can't... Well, maybe I can't read either, but I can't sing.
I thought he was still alive.
I don't know.
Why, isn't that how it goes? That's a...
I
It
think
is a
so.
Clapton song.
There you go.
It's not Nickelback.
Yeah,
It's
it's not Nickelback.
Which Nickelback actually has the official theme song for Survivor Series.
Does he really? Oh, that's awesome.
Does he really? It's kind of a whole band.
Oh, do they really?
Yes. But they don't
Well,
like
they're not
Nickelback.
called Nickelbacks.
Well, they don't
Nickelback,
like
that's only
Nickelback,
singular.
so we can't use it as their actual song because they hate them.
Yeah, I don't like Nickelback. Nickelback though.
I like quarterback. Quarterback
I like
Rants.
Kaepernick.
I like a good quarterback, not Geno Smith
Colin
or Michael
Kaepernick.
Vick.
Yeah. So let's talk about this match.
All right.
To be honest, I don't really have much to say about it. I mean, yeah, I'm happy Alicia Fox is there, and Paige is awesome. Paige is always awesome, but I mean, I don't know. It feels like there was no storyline at all. They just threw a bunch of people in the match,
Yeah,
and
the Total Divas cast.
Yeah,
pretty much. So
Well, if you had to pick a team, whose team would you pick to win?
Team Alicia, I guess. If that's her team's name, I don't probably
It's
not.
Team Paige.
No,
It's probably Team Paige, right?
Probably, well, no, Alicia's with the faces.
I'm just going to call it Team Alicia.
No, Alicia's with Paige.
No,
She's his face.
no, right here.
See,
Emma,
that's how
Naomi,
informed we
Alicia
are.
Fox and Natalia versus
Ah,
Paige, Cameron, Summer Rae, and Layla.
okay.
I'm going with Team Alicia just because I like her. I have no other reason.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Team Paige
Team Paige.
because she's gonna be the sole survivor.
Paige is awesome.
She's gonna eliminate everybody. It's gonna come
She's
down.
going what?
She's gonna be the sole survivor. It's gonna come down to her and Natalia,
Most likely, yeah.
and she's gonna get the win off Natalia. Which will be good. Being that she's not in the title picture, kind of sucks. I would have thought that would have been her and AJ, but AJ has to go against Nikki Bella, which makes no sense. But whatever.
We'll talk about that a little later.
Yeah.
Who are you going with, Jess?
Always with Paige. I'm always rooting for her, and I think she's done a fantastic job. So
Paige, of course, is the logical choice because she's one of the best wrestlers,
Right.
no doubt. But I thought I'd be an outlier here and pick Alicia and those other divas.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Natalia's team. Actually, I think it's gonna come down to
Really?
I think you'll probably see the former Funkadactyls get out pretty quick. You'll have Emma will probably come out next or be one of the first. But it will probably work its way down to Natalia versus Paige and probably one other person from her team. And then Natalia will take that other diva out. And then it'll come down between Natalia and Paige, which should be a good match. Those are two of your best female wrestlers.
They're actually good at wrestling.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. So I could see it being like Natalia being the last one, and then Summer Rae and Paige, and then Natalia gets hers of Summer Rae.
Yeah, because they have feuded.
Yeah,
Right.
and then it comes down to those two. It should be a good little interaction between the two. I'll go with Natalia just because you're starting to see a little bit more of her on TV.
That's
now.
true. That's true.
Her and Tyson Kidd. So maybe this is their way of like, all right, you're the veteran diva. Let's give you some props for putting up with all you put up with.
And it would be good to see Emma back. I haven't seen her wrestle in a long time. I think she has a lot of potential. I wonder when she goes into the ring, she'll be giving out free iPod cases to the crowd as a way to apologize for her actions.
Oh no,
That's a good one.
he went there.
That's a good one.
Alex just went
Too
there.
soon.
Sorry, Emma.
Pipe bomb.
I know it was an honest mistake, but still, that would be hilarious if she was giving out cases to the
I'm
crowd.
surprised you remembered that.
Yeah. I even forgot about that.
But it would be nice to see her back because I haven't really seen her wrestle in a long
I mean,
time.
she's a fun little character.
Yeah, she is funny. I like
We
her.
want Bailey.
Aw. Did
Did
somebody
somebody
say?
say-
Oh.
Who's Bailey?
She's on NXT.
Oh, okay. I
She
don't
likes
know.
to give people hugs.
She's awesome.
But seriously, though, yeah, I like Emma, too. I think she's funny. I think she has potential.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So, we're done with that?
Yeah,
Or shall we move on?
yeah.
Tag team Fatal 4-Way.
Ooh.
Well, the thing is that I'm glad it's a Fatal 4-Way. I hope they all wear protection. No.
It's not a roll today.
But anyways, I'm sick of seeing the Usos face Goldust and Stardust.
That's why they
They've
mixed it up.
That's good that they mixed it up. They added the other two tag teams because otherwise I wouldn't care about the match at all. I like Goldust and Stardust. I like their music. And the Usos are talented too. but I'm glad that they mixed it up. So the thing that I'm most excited about this match is seeing Mizdow in action.
Mm-hmm.
I like the Matadores too, but I really like Mizdow, and I really hope they get over. I'm not really a big Miz fan, but I think the majority of the crowd really likes Mizdow or Sandow. I'm going to call him Sandow. He's really getting over with the crowd, so I think it would be awesome if they won the belts.
Oh yeah, that would be amazing. The crowd has really been getting behind him. They do also like Stardust and Goldust. They're just kind of the popular heel team. They're still behind the Usos, but they're starting to become like the John Cena of tag teams. So they kind of have that little kid following. And then the Los Matadores, they're just kind of thrown in there. Like, they're fun to watch, and they're pretty good wrestlers.
Yeah, it's not like they were just thrown in there because they've had wins over the Usos.
Yeah,
they've
but
had
they're thrown in.
And they've had wins over Stardust.
But they didn't really have any build up because it seems like they haven't been really wrestling too much lately.
It's only very recently.
In singles competition that they've proved that they can get it done.
Yeah.
I guess you got to do something because, again, it's been Usos and Goldust and Stardust for the longest time.
Yeah.
And
the Wyatts, Harper and Rowan, they broke up, so they never got to capture the tag team gold. I'm still mad about that.
Yeah, it was a tough breakup. They stopped returning each other's calls. One got caught cheating on the other. It was a big
They don't even
mess.
use phones. They're hillbillies.
What's that?
They
don't even use phones.
soup cans with the string through it.
Yeah.
Did you ever do that? Take soup cans and put the string through it and hook it to another soup can and you talk through it. Did you ever do that as a kid? You never done that?
My parents still let me around soup cans.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're
Okay,
talking
thank
about,
you.
but they
Thank
just
you.
Yeah.
they didn't trust me with those things.
But anyways, let's pick a winner for this match.
No, let's not. Let's pick a loser.
Yeah.
I really want Mizdow and Sandow to
Who's gonna
win,
lose?
and that would be awesome. That would be great, but I have a feeling that they won't. I think Goldust and Stardust are going to retain.
Los Matadores. Ole!
That'd be awesome. Like they just get rid of
nobody
the
likes
belts.
them that much, but it's like
It would be nice to see El Torito back.
they've been, the company for a while. Because we know who they really are, right?
Yeah.
Primo and Epico.
Yeah,
But
El Torito's.
people don't know that, but I know. They have been tag team champions before.
Yeah.
So it would be kind of see them get the tag team titles as these characters. So that's my pick. Los Matadores.
Ooh, that's a surprise pick right there.
El Torito's a
Yeah.
goofy guy, so it'd be nice, and he's fun to watch. So
Yeah.
I mean, like, Mizdow and The Miz, they goof around too much.
yeah.
It's like, it's part of the gimmick and everything, but you're going for the tag team titles. Mizdow needs to stop pretending, I'm going to run around.
Well, that's what's getting them over because that's so freaking
Because
funny.
he's the stunt double, but then it's like, okay, if you keep doing the quick tags, it's like, yeah, get the quick tag, but, let Miz get the pin or let Mizdow get the pin.
I'd like to see Mizdow get the pin.
They do
Yeah.
goof
Pick up
around
the
a
win.
lot, but think about it. Edge and Christian, they were tag team partners, and they goofed around a lot too.
Yeah, with kazoos.
And they were a great tag team.
Yeah.
So
I'm like torn between Mizdow and The Miz and the Los Matadors, but either way, I'd be happy. But I kind of want to see Los Matadors.
Dun, 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 dun.
Ole!
Dun.
So
I love their music.
it's
yeah,
fun little theme song. Yeah.
it's just different because most of the time I choose heels, so this is the first time I choose babyface.
Who do you say, Jess?
No.
Again, I'm gonna pull out and root for the underdog. I would watch to see Mizdow pull through with the win.
Yeah. Miz
That'd be
and
so
Mizdow.
awesome.
Yeah. I'm actually gonna agree with Jess. I'm gonna predict new tag team champions. I'm gonna go with Miz and Mizdow because they're getting the reaction that WWE wants out of a tag team like that. I mean, Miz has been champion before. He's held numerous titles, so
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
true.
He's and whatever belt he's given, he can exceed with that belt. And I mean, to be honest, what has WWE given Demi and Sandow lately? Like nothing. Other
Has he
than-
ever had a title?
No.
No, he's had
That'd
that.
be so
he's
cool.
had that Money in the Bank briefcase, but
He
That's
deserves
it.
it. He deserves some title.
Yeah. So I think
He deserves it.
this is how they're going to reward them. I think they'll get the pin. They probably won't pin Goldust or Stardust.
They'll probably pin the Matadors if they win.
Yeah, or
Or
someone.
the Usos.
But I think we'll see new tag champions. Stardust and Goldust had it for a little while. I think if Mizdow and Miz don't win, then Stardust and Goldust retain. But
There could be the surprise with the Matadors.
could be. That'd be really far out there if
How-
those guys won.
How long is Goldust going to be in the WWE for? Do you know? How much longer?
He's in good shape now. So
Yeah,
he's been
he can go for a while.
he's been like the best he's been.
Because I was going to say, if he was thinking of taking a break, then they'll probably lose if he's going to be taking a break soon.
No, there's nothing indicating
Okay.
that he's gonna take a break. So, but he's in the best shape that I've
That's
ever
good.
seen him. So
Yeah,
he
he's
can
always
go
re-
another 5 years.
He's always reinventing himself.
How old is he? About
40s.
He's in his 40s. if I
Wow.
remember clearly.
Like he changed the pattern with the paint. It's always new. Sometimes wears the hood that Cody Rhodes used to wear. So it's like it's pretty cool. Just and Stardust, like I would have never thought that he would actually do this gimmick, but
he's pulling
when
on.
he does a gimmick, he pulls it off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
he's pulling it off really well.
Right.
All right. So next match, Dean Ambrose versus Bray Wyatt. What are your thoughts?
Follow the buzzards.
There ain't no buzzards no more. It's only him.
Well, follow the buzzard.
Follow the singular buzzard.
Well, you already know.
This is the man. This is the man right here. This is who WWE has to get behind.
This is why he's Faith Hilling on camera.
Yeah, Faith Hilling. But no, WWE is getting behind Dean Ambrose in a huge way. They need to keep it up. They can't have him go down to Bray Wyatt.
Yes, he's a sinner. He must.
Yeah, I mean,
because his daddy's in jail, he can't save
Because
him.
that's Dean Ambrose's fault.
I like them both, but Dean Ambrose has to win, in my opinion. If he doesn't win, he's just going to be brushed aside. Think about it. He
Yeah.
lost a few to Rollins, and that sucked, even though I do like Rollins too.
Yes.
And I was happy to see Bray back, but the way the feud ended between Rollins and Dean sucked,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
I was disappointed.
Give me a pinfall and then build up the match and then bring out Bray to destroy Dean. I'm fine with that. But to interrupt the storyline that's been building for months, like this isn't just some like storyline that they threw together in a month's time between two random wrestlers.
Yeah,
This has been like a long building thing, even before they split up the Shield. I mean,
that's true.
it goes back.
I mean, it makes sense.
years.
It makes
So
sense.
it should have ended with some kind of like definitive Seth Rollins gets a pinfall, Dean Ambrose gets a pinfall. But they throw in Bray. Again, I like Bray. Bray's good.
You better like Bray.
I do like Bray. Not as much as Dean Ambrose, but I do like Bray.
He's unique.
Yeah. And you have your two best kind of characters, quote unquote, going at it. So it should be a fun little interaction between the two. At the same time, Dean can use the win more so than Bray.
I think so.
Bray can go ahead and attack any babyface and go harass any good, wrestler and get over as the heel. He doesn't need to hang on to Dean Ambrose's coattail. He doesn't need to get
He's
a
not
win.
though. It's not that. It's not
If,
that he's
if
not
he
anyone's-
attacked anyone else than Dean Ambrose, do you think there would be this much hype?
Yes,
Naming one other person he could attack.
he could have attacked Ziggler.
Then he just pissed me right off because then Ziggler's getting buried. But no, okay, besides Ziggler, there's probably no one else though. And Bray needs that big name person in order to make him look really intimidating as a
What?
heel,
You
as a
wanna
pure
know?
heel. As a
Want to
pure
know the
heel.
timeline? Want to know the timeline of everything? What's going on? Okay, here we go. So the Shield and the Wyatts, right?
Yes, I remember.
They're all feuding at the same time,
Right.
right?
Yes.
So the Shield breaks up. Seth Rollins goes against Dean Ambrose. They have their little feud, right?
Yeah.
So now that's over, And we haven't seen a Wyatt versus Wyatt, but we probably will see that in Harper and Rowan.
Yeah.
But now
We'll
we
get
got the main leader of the Wyatts, the main leader of the Shield, both going against each other, both from former factions, but they're in a total different, state of their career. They're both, doing something different. Cena went against the Wyatts and he buried them all, and they had to come back and redo all these vignettes, and then he, because before that, he beat Jericho. Now he's gonna win against Dean Ambrose because Dean Ambrose is so over that it's predictable. He doesn't need this win more than Bray needs to win to prove that he is the monster that he is.
See, he doesn't need the win to prove that he's the monster. A heel doesn't need to necessarily win in order to prove that he's a bigger guy.
He's got to get that heat, though.
He can get the heat by doing what he's doing. He's doing the mind games, which has been really entertaining, really working out well on TV, and really makes a really fun interaction between the two. But they need to go the route of him just being the destroyer, where he's just wrecking shit. And, a feud with Dean Ambrose is helping, of course, but I really honestly think it's Dean Ambrose because he's the one that's hot right now. He's the hot commodity.
I hope you're right.
Yeah.
If it was anybody else going against him, maybe. But it's so hard when you get invested into somebody for so long. Like when you got invested into Daniel Bryan.
Well, no, I hear you 100% right there. As I'm speaking as what I'm thinking WWE creatives is thinking. As a fan, yeah, I get that. I've been there with Daniel Bryan, and we've all been there with Punk and all that. But as far as what I think WWE is kind of leaning towards, it's seeming to shift towards Dean Ambrose being that main event guy as a kind of like a tweener, but mostly a good guy. And then Bray is this destructive, big-time heel, but he doesn't need the win to cement him as that character. He's already that character. He's already that destructive force that plays the mind games that gets inside the skin of the good guy. I don't think you need the win. I think Ambrose could use it just because he had this storyline with Seth and he had some one-ups on him, but he didn't get that final pin. So Ambrose seems more crazed to finally get some kind of revenge. And in the fans' mind, this would be a way of doing that. He gets the win over Bray. That kind of sets things right because we wanted him to win over Seth Rollins. So it's kind of like...
For you guys, yes. That would be nice for you guys.
I'm saying as the general fans, the fans that pay to come in and cheer for the good guys and boo the bad guys. Because that's what they're catering towards. They ain't catering towards us. They're catering towards that live crowd.
I think Dean needs to win more than Bray because I don't think Bray, at least from his character standpoint, I don't think he really cares if he wins or loses, it seems like. But I think Dean needs it more. But what if Dean lost? Do you think he'll turn heel? Possibly?
I think
at some point?
Down the line, it's something that could happen because every wrestler goes
through. Yeah, but I mean, in the near future?
I don't know if it happens in the near future. Maybe.
Because I could definitely see him as a heel.
Yeah, he
Bray Wyatt and his crusades.
He would have to grow facial hair.
He doesn't need to, really, but he's just like we did with Daniel Bryan. Yeah, but Dean Ambrose could go backfire on him.
Oh boy.
And just, he's trying to get disciples. And
see, I think they're done with that though, because he's not doing an active recruiting type thing. He's just messing with Dean Ambrose. So it's seeming like they're shifting Bray into his own singles character, which obviously it's probably what he wants because he started out in WWE as a singles guy until he went into the Nexus and then he was in that big group. But that huge stable of Nexus that sucked because they purposely killed it, in my opinion. But that's a rant for another
the big
day.
question is, if Dean Ambrose loses, where does he go from here? Do they have the next match? Do they keep this feud going? How far can this feud go? If Dean gets the win, where does Bray Wyatt go from here?
I think if Dean loses,
Good questions.
It continues a little bit, but you get kind of a more serious match, something a little bit more brutal if Dean loses. Because his character's focus will be on, I gotta get one up on Bray. If Dean wins, then you can move Dean on to something else. Hopefully, I mean, I don't know. You're missing your big time heels, you know, because that was Orton before he left, and then he had kind of his little face turn.
This is going to be the match of the night.
I think it's going to be a very good match.
Yeah,
It's going to steal the show. I hope. I hope so much.
And
I like both competitors.
Yeah.
You know?
Same here.
I like Dean, and I like Bray. It's just if I had to pick one who I can really, like just character wise, just the way they act. I really like Bray Wyatt's, presentation. He's like the Undertaker with the entrance alone. It's breathtaking.
It is awesome.
You get goosebumps when you see him.
Yeah.
So that's just why I really like Bray Wyatt, and I hope one day to meet him. And Dean Ambrose, he's cool. He's kind of like our next generation's Punk in a way, and I like that about him too.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a good match. WWE, I hope put out a good show with Dean Ambrose and Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a good match, but I wish there was some type of stipulation.
Yeah, it would. Just because both characters work really well with that kind of like no DQ kind of street fight, matches, you could do something like that. And can you imagine Bray pulling out some crazy stuff like that? Like that would put him over the top.
Do you think any of them will grab anything from under the ring?
Well, it's a regular match, so if they do, then we're not getting the match.
Well, after the match.
Oh, there might be some stuff.
There could be. Who knows if it's gonna end clean? It's gonna be a shady.
That's another good point. There's a good possibility that it may not even end cleanly.
Well, who would come in, like running or like someone would use something?
No, he'll do his little mind tricks with the lights going out. And
okay.
The lantern.
Yeah, that's possible.
The lantern, hit him over the head with the lantern with the fog.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Could happen.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go with Dean Ambrose because he can use that extra like trust from WWE. Like here, we're gonna give you pretty much who's our big wrestler heel. Get one over, make the crowd happy, and we'll push you forward into something bigger and better. That's my thinking though.
I want Dean to win, but I think Bray, either Bray will win or there's going to be some type of DQ.
I hope not a DQ. That's going to piss so many people.
That's going to be disappointing if there is.
Count out. Oh my God. Double count out.
What do you say, Jess?
Draw.
I've always been a fan of Dean Ambrose. I think it's his time. He needs to stay where he's at and keep doing his thing. If he doesn't pull out with the win this time,
it could hurt him. It could hurt this.
It's going to. Yeah.
It was different from when Seth Rollins beat him because you have that overarching story of the Shield that links them all together. So no matter what, as the crowd, as far as their mentality, they're happy because it's wrestlers that they liked and grew with throughout the last couple of years. So they were okay with that kind of ending, whether it was Seth Rollins getting a pin over Ambrose or Ambrose over Seth. Of course, everyone roots for the good guy, but with those guys, it was fine. The crowd is hot for Ambrose. You got to strike when it's hot. Like
I agree.
You can't think you can contain it and wait because you might not get as lucky as you did with Daniel Bryan. Like they're looking at Ambrose and they're saying, okay, this is Daniel Bryan part 2. Maybe we can drag it out and maybe have the big payoff like at WrestleMania. That worked out, but that's like the fans kind of hijacked that and kind of forced their hand.
Yeah.
This is something now that WWE is building for a while with the help of Ambrose and with the help of the fans, but this doesn't feel as organic as it was with Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
Is that because he's vegan?
Yeah.
Doesn't feel as
What's the
organic.
next
Yeah.
match?
Yeah.
So, we still got the next Divas match. Is that next?
Yeah. Imagine Ryback saying, "Feed me more vegetables. Feed me more spinach." Oh, I'm taking a play out of Popeye's book. Okay.
You know, spinach is a vegetable, though.
It is.
Good job. Redundancy, yay.
That was the longest we talked.
Yay.
That was the longest we talked about one match. Because
No, I mean it's your two future big guys. You gotta give it its due.
Oh,
Give it its
So-
credit.
You and I pick Bray. You two pick Dean.
Ambrose,
Yeah.
for sure.
Dean has more to gain, but I just got a feeling WWE is going to have Bray win and screw it up somehow.
Yeah.
follow the buzzards.
Okay, so
No, one. We talked about this. We've gone
AJ
to anything.
Lee
I still
versus
follow him.
Nikki Bella for the Divas title.
This worries me. This match worries me because I've made no bones about it. I'm a big AJ fan. I'm big on supporting her. And this whole Bella thing, it just seems like whenever they get thrown into anything, it kind of just makes it cheesy or it's not as good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the twist of the heel turn with Nikki turning against Brie. This whole 30-day servant thing is so stupid.
It's
Like,
almost over. You know?
yeah, thankfully.
Can't wait.
But
Thankfully.
I've been
what-
counting down the days.
what worries me is Nikki is gonna somehow get her sister
To help.
to help, and then AJ loses the top. Now, that could be the image or the thought that WWE wants to implant in fans. So when they make AJ win cleanly, then they're like, "Oh yay!" So it could work out like that. But what worries me is WWE could be honestly stupid enough to do something like that, where they'll just give Nikki the win and it won't even look like she deserved it. Because granted, she's pretty decent with the heel character, but it's still very cheesy, in my opinion. So
You know what could happen? The WWE gives Nikki to win, and then Brie forces Nikki to give up the belt to her.
like,
Because it's one of the last days that she's under
Yeah.
her commands. Or
well, I
whatever
could
it's
see
called.
something where like Nikki wins and then Brie goes after Nikki, then you're having the Bellas fight over the Divas title, and even that, like, I don't know, it just going off on saying it and your first initial reaction should tell you like how you feel about a match and how the story has been coming off on TV and how it's been affecting you.
Yeah.
gonna be
Saying that does not make me excited.
It's not gonna be a great match because AJ is the one who actually has wrestling ability. Like Nikki, she has her few spots here and there.
Yeah.
But it's like really.
Yeah, I mean, she's got some moves. She can kind of hold her own, but AJ's more experienced, so you're going to see her
Yeah.
kind of control the ring and how the match comes off.
And then there's like a rumor that AJ might be taking some time off after Survivor Series. So there could be indications that she's gonna drop it there, but you can never believe any of that. But
Yeah, you take it with a grain of salt.
but maybe it's like would they give it to Nikki? I don't know. It'd be kind of stupid. But then again, since they've been playing flip flop with the title so long between AJ and Paige, maybe them giving it to Nikki is like, okay, here you go, and then have the Bellas feud for it once the 30 days of the Bella feud, and then whatever, go from there.
See, but does that, like, kill the momentum that the Divas titles had since,
Oh, yeah,
like, AJ
absolutely.
and Paige have had the title? Like,
Absolutely.
it hasn't been, in my mind, hasn't been any more relevant, since it was, the women's title with Trish and Lita.
Yeah.
Having AJ and Paige, and you could throw some other divas in there. You could throw
Alicia
Natalya.
Fox.
For Alex, we'll throw Alicia Fox in there.
Yeah.
But like Natalya or
Yeah.
Naomi, they're all great wrestlers, and they should have their opportunity.
They should.
But you go from AJ and Paige having this feud where you get some good matches out
Yeah,
of them.
because they're the two top,
Yeah.
divas in the division, and they know how to put on a great match.
Yeah. And then the title falls on the lap of someone who, honestly, the matches I've been seeing and she's been putting together, they're really not entertaining. They're really not. They don't grab you, in my opinion.
And I don't really care for the storyline. It's stupid.
So why do you reward it with a title? That's what I'm worried about.
Just
That
because
they're gonna reward a lame ass story.
because she's a Bella and she's part of Total Diva and part of that push. And it's
So then every Total Diva should have been champion at some point
Yeah,
because they
yeah.
all work together.
But I thought the rule was if you're on that show, you don't get the title.
That's
I think they had to have AJ be up against someone else because she's been facing Paige too much. Even though Paige is great too, they're the top two divas, but they needed to mix it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Even though this match isn't going to be as good as AJ versus Paige.
I just figured that you're gonna see Bray getting interfered to help so that Nikki will lay off her, because she's been really mean and all that, doing that heel reel. So she's like, if you do this, I'll let you out early or something.
I'm going to go with AJ to retain. I really hope that
I
happens.
hope so too, AJ.
Same here, of course.
So we all pick AJ?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Even though, again, I'm really afraid that Nikki's gonna win.
I can't wait for the Bella storyline to be done with.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's stupid. They just need to
Exactly.
make up and be the Bella Twins again.
Or just stop feuding with each other. Like, we get it.
Yeah, I think they should give other wrestlers a chance, like you were saying earlier, like Natalia
Yeah, I mean, can you
or Naomi.
Can you imagine, you keep AJ as this, tweener, but she's mostly babyface, and then going up against, a Natalia who kind of
That
turns
could be
heel
interesting.
or something, or Naomi kind of gets that attitude like Cameron does, change her character a little bit, and then you throw her against AJ, it could be a lot of fun. There's a lot of nice possibilities just looking at, the divas from the first match. You can put at least 3 or 4 of them up against AJ, and it'll probably be a good match.
Yeah.
And a good fit.
Yeah.
I mean, I would stay away from Summer Rae and
Yeah.
and AJ.
And Layla.
I'd be Layla. She's a good wrestler. She's been champion before.
She has.
Yeah,
Oh.
so she
I didn't know that.
could be good, but it's been a while since she was a consistent wrestler.
Yeah.
So I would be worried that she'd be rusty, and then it'll be.
Where's Rosa Mendes?
Isn't she supposed to be with Fandango now?
Yeah, she's.
We're gonna see this debut of new Fandango with Rosa Mendes.
Yeah.
That's going to be... Is he going to still have the same music?
I don't know. I hope so.
But Rosa Mendes, she's never won a match.
Yeah,
Really?
Poor girl.
Never won a match. Only by DQ, I guess. That's what she said.
Well, at least I have something in common with her.
Anyways, next match, please.
The main event. The match we've all been waiting for years and years and years
Oh,
since I was 2.
Oh shit.
Team Cena versus Team Authority.
Respect my authority.
Respect my authority.
Cartman is going to be the special guest.
Yes.
He's gonna ref the whole thing.
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
Kenny's going to be one of the wrestlers that
Aw.
dies,
Aw,
unfortunately.
Kenny.
He's not going to survive.
No.
I wish
Don't
I
tell
could.
Kenny.
I wish I could have been going there to Survivor Series. Then I would have made a sign with Cartman with the authority logo. I would say respect
Yo,
the
someone's gotta make that
I
sound.
hope they do.
That's legit.
Respect the authority.
Butters is going to be on Team Cena. He deserves a push. He's been doing
Butters is
everything that
Butters is the
WWE
Dolph Ziggler of Team Cena.
pretty much, and he deserves to win. It would be awesome to see Butters get the pin for once. And Stan, I mean, his character has gotten kind of stale. I mean, I don't hate him,
Stan's
but
John Cena.
pretty much. And Kyle,
Yeah, 'cause he wears the hat.
I don't
Kyle-
know. I guess Kyle's
Kyle
on Team
would've been-
Cena.
Kyle would have been Sheamus, but
Yeah,
because of the
he's
red
ginger.
hair.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
But
I like how we turned that into a South Park.
and
That's awesome.
Randy, the father, I guess he'll be Randy Orton just because they share the same name. I don't know. But anyways, Randy, the father, he's hilarious. So let's talk about South Park. I mean, Survivor Series. So we got
Ring Rant South Park. So.
we got Survivor references. We got South Park references. Okay. So John Cena. Okay, when I say the names, you say yay, nay, or whatever. John Cena.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dolph Ziggler.
Woohoo!
Yes.
Yeah.
Big house.
Big Show.
Yeah.
Mm,
That's my nickname, Big Show.
Eric Rowan.
Yes.
we'll see.
Follow the buzzer.
Ryback.
Rules.
No.
Ryback's awesome.
No.
Feed me
He
more.
bullied us.
Feed me s'mores.
Mm, smart.
Let's have a campfire.
Let's do it.
Versus Seth Rollins.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kane.
Boring.
He should be walking into the ring by now with a cane.
No.
That's why they call him Kane.
I wish it was the Monster Cane again.
Same hair, same
No more
hair.
corporate cane. It's getting old.
Rusev.
No.
Crush.
No.
Nice.
Sounds like a
No.
good soda drink. Like
No.
Soda Crush. Is that a drink, Soda Crush?
Wasn't there a soda named
Crush is orange.
Orange
Yeah.
Crush, yeah.
They still have it.
Thank you.
Surge is back. Do you know that?
So it's Mountain Dew
Surge.
Game Fuel.
Yeah.
Any gamers out there? Game Fuel
My life is now complete. Now that we have Surge back.
and Game Fuel.
Yeah. Mark O. Henry Candy Bar. Sexual chocolate?
Yes for sexual chocolate. No for this.
And Luke Harper.
Yeah,
Yeah,
The new Intercontinental Champion.
Welcome
Took it
boy.
off of Ziggler.
Follow the buzzer. Yeah.
Heavy breathings for that.
Follow the blizzard that happened in Buffalo. Eat
Sorry,
through the
Buffalo.
snow.
Sorry, Buffalo. Be safe.
I can't imagine that. We got a weather reference too. Cool. So, anyways,
Yeah.
yeah,
We gotta talk about the stipulation too.
you can.
Go ahead,
Okay,
mister.
so there's two stipulations. If Team Cena wins,
We riot.
then the Authority is out of power. But if the Authority wins, then Team Cena is fired, which will never happen. It will never happen. They're giving away the answer right there. You know that Cena and them are gonna win because they're not gonna fire them.
Yeah, I know.
It's like,
I mean,
really?
obviously, when you watch the WWE, you have to suspend your disbelief a little bit, or your belief.
Yeah.
Your whatever it is, suspend your belief when you watch it. But yeah, when they have these storylines about, oh, he's fired, she's fired, whatever, you know that they don't really fire those guys.
Yeah.
But you gotta just go with it.
Because
And
the thing with Wade Barrett when Cena got fired and then he kept showing up and then they reinstated him. It's like, really?
Yeah.
And the third stipulation I heard, just breaking news this morning, is if Team Cena wins, my parents are going to get me a new bike.
Oh yeah.
Oh, man. Come on, Cena. Come on, Cena. This motherfucker needs a new bike.
And a new helmet, too.
What about knee pads?
I have to pay for those, they said.
Oh, okay.
They're not going to protect you?
No.
No.
No helicopter.
They're not going to protect me like the WWE protects Cena.
He's their golden boy.
Made him a lot
So-
of money.
In that aspect, if Cena wins, I don't really want him to win, but if he does win, at least I'll get a new bike out of it.
and a
helmet.
new leader or like authority type figure on Raw.
Who's going to be the new leader?
Vince McMahon. I don't think he wants to come back, but there's talk that maybe Hogan, maybe Foley,
Maybe Austin.
maybe.
That would be
Alright.
interesting.
I'm gonna throw a possibility out there that would make me happy and probably everyone, but it's probably not gonna happen. Team Cena wins, Authority's out. Monday night, Vince McMahon comes out. Your new, manager, Raw manager, GM or whatever, Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan.
That could be cool because
He won't have to wrestle.
he'll still be involved.
He'll be involved.
People will be so happy to see him back. And as
Right
being
there.
a manager, yeah, like you said, he doesn't need to get involved
Yeah,
physically.
he can be like exclusive to Raw. He could do some SmackDown appearances, and then when he's ready to wrestle, have some storyline where he loses his, his power or whatever, or someone like takes it from him and then he wrestles or something.
Him and Triple H could renew their feud.
Yeah,
That would be a great idea to bring him back. I never even thought of that.
you are welcome, sir.
It's called the.
As Daniel Sandow used to say.
Y'all welcome.
That's been a big speculation. A lot of people have been saying that. So
That would be really interesting.
Those people are smart, man.
it'd be nice. I mean, I'd be down for it. You know.
Oh yeah, man. Miss that guy.
I don't want Cena to win, but if that does happen, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
But the only way I'm rooting for Cena, aside from me getting a new bike, the only two people I'm really rooting for on Team Cena are Ziggler and Ryback. I don't really care about the other guys that much.
More.
Well, Eric Rowan a little bit, but
More.
it just seems so.
I like Eric Rowan.
It doesn't seem organic having Rowan just randomly there. I mean,
Yeah, it was a little bit
it seems
kind of
forced.
thrown both Harper and Rowan.
And
But I can understand it because they're kind of getting like the younger wrestlers involved, which is good.
that is good.
I like that.
They got rid of one ginger beard to another ginger beard.
But yeah, I
Another
mean,
beard.
it is interesting seeing Rowan on Team Cena because you never would have expected that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, that was a complete surprise.
He's
But
crazy.
I don't think he's necessarily a face. I think he's just on Team Cena because he's pissed at Harper.
Yeah.
That's more so for that
Yeah.
than anything. I don't think
Yeah.
he's necessarily a face.
And then he was on SmackDown and they're doing an interview and he's playing with a Rubik's Cube. I was like, what the heck?
That's random.
So he just
I
hanging
don't
out-
think the WWE really knows what
hanging
to
out
do with
back
him.
there,
Wow.
and then they're all talking, and they're all giving a little spiel on the team, and he lifts off his mask and he's like, freedom, and then he's back to playing with his Rubik's Cube. I'm like, what the heck?
Because think about it. A few weeks ago, he was playing with Renee Young's hair, and that is kind of awkward and
And
creepy.
he's like,
So I don't think
pretty. Then he's
That was
then he's
awkward.
watching Cena Evil 2 with Kane, and he's like, you're freaking me out.
so. I
And
don't
then
think
he did a
that,
second one with the Grumpy Cat.
Yeah, it's grumpy cat.
He's like, I want the cat.
It takes the stuffed animal grumpy.
I don't think they really know what to do with him right now.
No, it's funny.
I mean, but the thing is that what's going to happen is him and Harper are going to be feuding, and he could potentially have the Intercontinental title someday.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
So,
This is so sad. My brothers, they broke up.
I mean, yeah, it would be kind of cool to see Rowan get the pin, but I don't think that will happen.
No.
I don't really care for the Big Show that much. I used to be a big fan of his, but
Well, Rusev, that's the big thing. He's never had a pinfall or nothing. It's like,
Mhm.
are they really? There's gonna be something where he gets DQ'd, or he's gonna just walk out on the team.
Speaking of pins, Rusev.
Cena pins Rusev.
That night.
buries him.
That's the night. One pin ain't burying the guy. He's still U.S. champion, and he still has this like huge, amount of wins over one loss. He ain't buried for one loss.
yeah, but if Cena pinned Rusev, Cena has the title shot against Brock. Why would he be the guy that pins Rusev?
'Cause he's
Cena wouldn't be really feuding with Rusev, would he?
Well, what we're
For the
saying
US
is
title?
like it comes. No, what we're saying is it comes down to for Team Authority Rusev versus Cena for his team, and then Cena gets the win on Rusev, thus winning it for Cena and giving Rusev his first loss
yeah,
in his career. That's what we're going off on.
which would be cool.
Well, and I'm saying it would be good to like bring Rusev down a little bit so you can put him back up and maybe he starts targeting Cena. Because Cena ain't getting that title shot next month with Brock Lesnar.
That's
It's
true.
More than
January.
it's more likely going to be the Rumble unless, if again it's all internet speculation, Brock's contract is up in December, and if he doesn't re-sign, then he's no longer with WWE. Which, come on, but
They want him for at least one more Mania, and then that.
no, just why? If you have to say I want you for one
No.
more Mania,
One more match.
why have you?
Just because.
Why?
Just because of the name, I guess. I don't know.
Uh,
I thought it was stupid that he hasn't shown up yet. I'm like, really?
I think it's really hurting the WWE with him not even making
A lot of people said that
appearances.
it doesn't, but it does.
It
No,
does.
It does because they're losing subscribers on their network. The big thing that they're supposed to have 100 million people sign up for.
That's not going to happen.
It's a
No.
bull-faced lie.
It was their projection, but it's not happening because people aren't. I was gonna get it a couple of months ago,
I
but
got
then
it.
they do this stupid thing with Brock Lesnar. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
screw that.
I got
I'm
the
not gonna
network.
watch a pay-per-view with no title.
The only
Same
reason
here.
The only reason I like the network is NXT.
NXT is good. I hear good things about it. I've never really seen it. I'd like to see it someday.
Yeah,
But I hear a lot of
if you
good
do
things
get
about
the-
it.
If you do get the network and you haven't watched NXT, watch it.
But all right, the match. There's a couple of wrestlers in there that you get them together could make the match a lot of fun. You got Harper and Rowan, obviously you got that dynamic.
Yeah.
I'd be curious to see Ziggler and Rollins again because those two put on a pretty good match when they wrestled a while back. Trying to think anyone else.
Mark Henry.
Oh, keep Ryback and Mark Henry away from each other. Remember WrestleMania? That match
Yep.
was a Steven Power. You know what? That was terrible. I don't know. Like, I hate that they threw Ryback in there. Of course they were going to, but
Feed me more.
Ryback
Feed
rules.
me more.
we're surrounded.
Feed me more.
Why are we friends with them?
Because we're feed me morons.
Bad joke too.
We can say that. You can't.
Go right ahead. You be feeding me morons.
I would buy a shirt that says that Phoebe Morons.
I like Ryback. He's kind of like Goldberg, but hey, he had a serious injury. Ryback was gone for a while, and I was like, man, he was doing that thing with Curtis Axel. It almost looked like they were going to win the tag team titles. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, and now they're separate ways. You know, Ryback, when he first came out, he was a monster, and he was dominating everybody, and then, of course, he lost to Cena, and, you know, I'd like to see him get the momentum back and, you know, do something with him. Give him some kind of title.
You know what could possibly happen is that Ryback and Cena, during the course of the match, they don't see eye to eye.
Yeah,
And-
maybe you could turn on him.
It's possible. It's possible that someone on Team Cena turns on him.
Yeah, I don't want to name names. But
He keeps messing with me, saying Ziggler's going to turn heel. I don't see that.
It's
at all.
possible.
And if it happens, I'm throwing a pizza at you. I
yeah.
swear.
Well, you'll be feeding him more.
I'm just saying, you know, but
I don't.
I don't know.
Out of all the guys, who do you want to see to get the pin the most?
Dolph
And who do you
Ziggler.
want to see get pinned and get the pin?
I want to see Eric Rowan
Get the pin or pinned?
get a pin on Luke Harper, or at least fight. And they'll probably fight outside the ring when they get DQ'd or something. I don't know.
So is this like how we're predicting the match goes, or who gets the final pin?
Cena will leave the final pin on Rusev, like you said.
Basically, if you get pinned, you're out, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's how it works.
I'm just asking what you were asking.
For the final pin,
Final
who
pin.
gets pinned and who does the pinning?
Okay.
Who's the pinner and the pinning? If that's a word.
That's
Well,
Cena.
pinner is a word, I think.
Cena and Rusev, I guess.
Cena
See
Ziggler
that,
on
Roos?
Rollins.
Ooh,
Or
there you
Rollins.
go.
Yeah, and then
see that, Rusev. Just imagine Ziggler on Rollins.
Mm.
See that, Rusev. Okay, I just got no. I'd like to see Ziggler on Rollins. That would be really awesome. I think.
Yeah.
I don't think that would happen, but
Yeah, because you got the two kind of best
BFFs.
Yeah, of course.
No, I'm just kidding.
You get the two best guys that are the best wrestlers of the two groups.
Yeah.
In my opinion. So you'll have a nice little 10, 15-minute exchange between the two. You know, they'll do a couple spots, and then, you know, Triple H and Stephanie will get involved somehow. And it kind of just, it's in a way, it could be a way of Cena, like, giving a little bit of the torch to Dolph Ziggler, like, hey, you know, I lost to someone, say he's not in it, or he doesn't get the pin. So Cena's like, all right, good job. You know, good job, kid. Kind of pass him the torch a little
That'd
bit.
be cool.
I'd like to see, like you guys were saying, Ziggler over Rollins, just because it's your two youngest guys. That's what I'd personally like to see. What I think is probably going to end up happening is the Cena versus Rusev. Cena pins Rusev.
That would be interesting. It could be Ziggler over Harper.
That'd be something. I'd be very surprised if Harper is
Since
the one.
Harper just took his belt. So.
Yeah. Well, lasting the whole time, outlasting Rusev and Mark Henry and Kane. Like that'd be something that would help his career out. Because they could be doing like what they did with Roman Reigns last Survivor Series, where he wrecked everyone.
Survivor,
Yeah, because he was the only one for his team to pick up the win.
You know that most likely Triple H and Joey Mercury and Noble.
Yeah,
They're
they'll
gonna get
get
involved
involved
somehow.
somehow.
Maybe Cesaro would get out there and do something.
Yeah,
Probably,
that's for
yeah.
sure in the match, but
You know what could happen? You know what I could see happening is that they're like, oh, we left one guy off the list. We're going to have Cesaro on our team, and we'll be 6 versus 5.
Or someone gets attacked backstage and they have to add him.
that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping Ryback gets attacked backstage, and then Cesaro.
But imagine if they had 6. That could happen too. That would be interesting. But imagine if they had 6 on 5, like last second announcement. Oh, we're having Cesaro on our
Well,
team.
the 6 would go to Authority. I
Yeah,
think.
Cesaro would be on the
Yeah.
Authority.
Maybe that'd be. I'd be for that just so he did the match. But I'd be afraid that he comes out and then gets eliminated first, and I'd be like,
Yeah, that didn't really matter.
So,
But I mean, Cesaro, he's not really doing anything, so you know he's going to get involved somehow, I think.
I hope so.
maybe he's going against Monday on the pre-show.
Yeah, and then he'll lose.
They
to
really
Fandango.
buried Cesaro for the
Yeah,
most
see,
part.
that's a berry right there. Like no.
But I mean, when was the last time Cesaro got a win? I haven't seen him win in a long time.
I think it's been a long, man. Not
Yeah.
super long.
He just lost to Eric Rowan.
So, but
Says that everything.
So, okay, so
We got a question.
before that, actually, who do we pick? Team Cena or Authority? Who do you
Team
go?
Cena.
And one last time, who gets to pin, last pin, and who gets pinned?
Either Cena's going to pin Rusev or Cena's going to pin Rollins.
Okay?
yeah, I'll come back to you. I'm still working on.
Team Cena overall, I think it would be exciting to see Ziggler pinning Rollins.
I think I'm going to go Team Authority. I want Cena. Well, I don't. In a way, I want Team Cena to win, but
But you don't want them to get fired.
I wouldn't mind seeing Cena fired for a little while.
Yeah, have them go make another movie and then come back in 6 weeks.
But I don't like the Authority too much either. But I don't know. I think the Authority is going to win. I think they're going to have something up their sleeve. They're going to interfere in some way to make sure that they win. Even though your Daniel Bryan idea would be amazing, if that really does happen, then I'd be rooting for Cena in that aspect.
Yes.
And for getting a new bike. But
Yeah, I get that.
I think Authority is going to win. I think it's going to be... it wouldn't make any sense for Henry to get the pin. It wouldn't make sense for Kane.
Big Show's going to end up pinning Mark Henry and eliminating
It
him.
wouldn't make sense for... well, I don't know. It could be cool if Harper won it. But I don't think that would happen. It will probably come down to Rusev or Rollins getting the pin on someone.
Right. Yeah, if any two from Authorities picking up the win, it's those guys.
I think it's going to be Rollins over...
It has to be over Cena. If it has to be like momentous, like beating Cena, you would
Yeah.
think.
It's either going to be Rollins over Cena or Ziggler.
Imagine Rollins curb stomping Cena. Oh, man.
I'm going to say Rollins over Ziggler.
Okay. No, I could see it a little bit. All right, Team Cena wins. I think it comes down to Cena, Ziggler, Rusev, and Rollins. I think Rusev gets rid of Ziggler. This is my realistic pick. And then Cena has to fight both of them off. Cena gets rid of Rollins, gets rid of Rusev. So Cena pins Rusev to win. And then we get some new general manager.
Is there any way to get just DQ'd?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think Rusev, if they're going to have Team Cena win, I think they're going to want to keep Rusev's streak intact as far as not getting
But
pinned.
then they risk possibly ending a match on a DQ. And
that would be disappointing, but I think Rusev is going to get DQ'd somehow, so that way they can keep the streak intact.
True. Yeah, no, I didn't even think about that.
You get DQ'd, but not in the match. Just
Yeah.
Yeah, like in the middle of the match or something.
Yeah. No, true.
It's possible. I don't know.
Wow.
like,
I could see that happening.
Not break the hold or not do,
Yeah.
do something.
But Team
crazy.
Cena still gets to win. Rusev gets DQ'd, but still keeps the streak
Cena just
intact.
pins someone
There's
else.
this- Since he always comes out with his flag, you could whack someone with the flag or something.
Take this flag. Capture the flag.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting if they had a special guest referee. What if like Cesaro was the special guest referee or something?
That'd be-
Triple H.
No, Cesaro like neutral.
That way he can be involved.
Yeah, if he liked us something to help Team Cena win, that'd be intense. That'd be like, what?
I could,
See
if
that coming.
if he was special guest referee, I could see him help Team Authority win
Yeah, that's
as well. Because did you see on Raw? That was great how he trolled Cena.
Yeah. It's like,
Yeah,
oh,
that was
you lost.
awesome.
That was-
And then when I thought, like, he was actually gonna join a team and be part of, like, yeah, and then he walks away. I'm like, no, that was just a tease.
All right.
SOBs.
And one last thing, we do have one question. I can count to one.
No,
Just like Cena
not
can
99.
count how many team members he has. I can count to one.
That's all. That's all you can count to.
From our friend Kelly, who made us an amazing Ring Rant sign, by the way. I don't know if you can pull it up on your smartphone and show everyone the amazing yellow Ring Rant sign
Just
Yeah.
one of our biggest fans made for
But
us.
anyways, the question is:
Well, first, here's the question.
do you think Sting will debut at Survivor Series?
The band?
That's just one person.
Oh.
He was in the Police.
Oh, yeah.
That's
I- Nickelback, Sting, there's more than one people in
Dude,
the
just really
their
useless doing the same sirens. Epic face bomb.
I should get tased for that by the police. Sting, the wrestler. Okay,
Yes.
okay. I'll be serious for a minute. I'll be serious.
Does he debut?
Does he debut?
Does he show up?
Maybe. But where? What portion of the show? At the
If he
end?
does debut, I could see him interfering with the Bray Wyatt versus
Yeah,
Dean Ambrose match, maybe.
Bray Wyatt wants to face Sting, and Sting wants to face him. So maybe at the end. of the
What if
match.
Sting debuted and helped Dean Ambrose get the win over
Maybe.
Wyatt?
Maybe.
That could be interesting.
Because he's like, if you can't get the Undertaker, he gets the next best thing.
Because Sting's kind of a crazy character too, so
Yeah, he's the good guy,
It's basically the Crow.
the Crow.
that's a good question, Kelly.
I like to see Sting, so good question.
Yeah, I'd like to see him too, but I don't think he's showing up at Survivor Series. Like,
Maybe
why would
Rumble.
you? He's such a epic, character and such a, figurehead of wrestling. Why would you save it? Why would you have him show up? Survivor Series, like a pay-per-view that's kind of just been thrown together over the years. Like,
So, it's the anniversary. It's like 28 years of Survivor Series. It's a big pay per view.
This is the 20th year?
Yeah, 28 years.
Oh, 28. That's a milestone.
I can't wait till the 30th anniversary in 2 years. Because then maybe they'll do something big.
So who says yes, he'll be there? Who says no?
I say yes, maybe.
So call me maybe.
You say no?
I say no.
When do you think he would show up, though? Hypothetically.
Rumble.
Rumble or Mania even. I don't know.
I'd like to see him show up. That'd be awesome, but I don't think he will.
Yeah.
Not Survivor Series.
No.
But anyways, can you pull up that Ring Rant sign on your smartphone?
We'll just tell
And
people.
show the camera?
Check it. Isn't it on our Twitter?
Well, it's on our Twitter too and our
It's on
Facebook
Twitter.
page.
I won't show up on the camera.
You'll see it before our video. I'm going to put up our Ring Rant sign. You know how I have those wrestlers in the beginning of the video. I'm going to have our Ring Rant sign right in there.
Yeah.
It's an awesome sign. Thanks again, Kelly, and thanks for the question. Hopefully we can get some more questions in our next video.
Twitter. You're going to send us some tweets at Ring Rants.
Ring Rants!
Like us on Facebook.
Ring Rants!
I update stuff every day, pretty much. I post
Your
stuff.
logo.
I post stuff about what's going on in Raw, SmackDown, and all that good stuff.
I sometimes post stuff about stuff too.
about his new bike, his potential new
Yeah,
bike.
if
Come on,
Team Cena
Team
wins,
Cena.
I'm going to be posting a picture of my new bike. It's going to be a nice tricycle, actually. I haven't really graduated to bicycle yet,
I feel you.
so
So, thanks for watching
Yeah.
Rants, our Survivor Series edition. We'll be back around the time for TLC
the Learning Channel.
next month. TLC,
They-
tables, ladders, and chairs. TLC.
They were a good band.
Yeah.
TLC, Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls.
Nickelback, what is going on here?
TLC, we're
TLC,
Don't Go
tables, ladders,
Chasing
and
tables, ladders, and chairs.
and you gotta climb up, but the champ's not there.
Don't go, don't go chasing.
Like really, what
Pain
are they
falls.
what are they gonna go for if Brock's up there? Gonna go for the tag titles and a lot of matches?
No,
Or
they'll
the
have
Intercontinental?
a stupid little contract on a clipboard.
Yeah,
or
well,
something.
You know what'd be awesome?
Cena's already number one contender, so
They'll do a number 2 contender.
number 2 contender.
This would never happen, but you know it'd be awesome if they had every single title hanging up, and they just threw like 15 wrestlers in the ring, and they were up for grabs.
Maybe like
The
a
ultimate
Rumble.
champion.
Yo, you would get like Natalia grabbing the tag titles with like, I don't know,
You
Roman Reigns. or
you could have some
something.
like really random tag teams,
Yeah.
like a heel and a face tag team or
Oh,
something.
no. That's happened. That's
I'd say
always fun.
every title except the Divas, because I remember in TNA, Kurt Angle won all the titles.
Yeah, they did do that where they gave Kurt Angle literally every title. Every
Wow.
title.
Yeah, he was the
I
tag
don't-
team
I don't-
champion. He was the X Division champion. He was the world champion. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
One last question: do you think the Rusev storyline will continue after this pay-per-view event,
Like his character, or
like Russia versus USA?
Probably, yeah. He just won't have anyone to fight. Maybe someone comes.
Cena
out of it.
probably,
Yeah, well, maybe that's who it moves on to finally, and then gives him his
Cena.
first loss.
or Rusev gets to pin on Cena. Cena.
Oh man, that'd
That'd
be
be
that'd be
crazy.
crazy for his career. Like,
He doesn't even, he just gets him the accolade. He doesn't tap out. He just passes out. I'm like, what?
no.
Just got real.
There's some unique possibilities from this match. I'll give it that. Like, it's not the most exciting. I'm more excited to see what the potential story can come from it. Not so much the match itself, but a possible new figurehead, a new GM, or someone running the show. Like I said, I hope my Daniel Bryan.
That'd be
prediction is right.
so
Yes,
awesome.
yes.
That'll set everything back.
He'll get the biggest pop ever.
And I'll shed a few man tears. You know, the man tears.
Yeah.
So, any last thoughts, comments, suggestions, questions?
It's going to be a good show after all, I think.
What color bike are you gonna get if Team Cena
Is
wins?
it gonna be pink?
It's going to be
Bright pink.
brown with yellow, green, and red polka dots,
Oh my god!
That's really
and a
ugly.
lightning bolt,
I'm jealous.
a black lightning bolt.
Oh my god! I'm so jealous.
Most beautiful
Can you
thing
buy-
ever.
Can you buy me one?
And
All right.
we're starting to rant.
And I'm going
We're
to
starting
have a camera
we're starting to rant, but
so
not
I
about
can see
rant.
behind me.
Rants.
There's going to be a camera installed on it. It's going to be pimped out.
Okay,
Pimp my
cool.
bike.
Pimp my trike.
Pimp my trike.
Okay.
Thanks for watching.
Regrets. Follow us.
Ooh yeah.
If you don't follow us, I'll be
He'll follow
very
you.
sad. And I'll follow you.
Don't forget to like us on Facebook.
East Coast.
Don't forget to like me in real life.
You're a good guy. That's
You
all.
guys like me, right?
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
cool.
Like,
Click. Wolfpack.
yeah.